Today on DNVR Buffs Live, we've got Max Chadwick from PFF College to discuss what's the most impressive thing about the Buffs so far and so much more. And also, we make our tier list of potential bowl locations. Should be exciting. Let's dive in. Let's go.
Squad.
Yes, sir. Gang's back together. DNVR Buffs Primetime coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Scott's back.
Yes, sir.
Our case here as always. And we have a guest today.
Yeah, same thing as last time. You know, bye week means we don't get to see a preview from our guys at the PFF College Football show, so we had to hit them up and bring them on here to give the people what they want.
Let's go, man. Max Chadwick joining the show from PFF College. Let's go ahead and bring on Max. What's up, man? Thanks for joining us.
Of course, thanks for having me on, guys. I said it before, but I feel it feels weird not talking about a Colorado game this week, and hopefully our views and subscribers don't drop too much because, I mean, your fan base has been unbelievable for our show, man. It's been great, you know, watching just all these videos for Colorado just do so well, and it's so great watching the team do so well as well. So I appreciate you guys having me on.
Wanted to start here, man, and thanks again for joining us. And yes, shout out to Buff Nation. But, you know, you guys talk so much about Travis and Shedeur, and everyone does, and it's easy to do so, and so it makes sense why. But aside from those two guys, what has impressed you the most about this team?
Honestly, so Dawn and I talk about Colorado a lot, obviously on the show and even off the show. And something we talked about a lot off air was, okay, last year when Colorado, obviously 2 years ago, went 1-11, you're just trying to bring talent into the program, right? You bring in Shedeur Sanders, you bring in Travis Hunter, and I understand maybe the record didn't match the hype that they got, but 4-8 after 1-11 is actually a pretty significant improvement. So what Deion Sanders and company did this year was they attacked, okay, we know we have talent now. Now let's attack our biggest weaknesses, which basically were in the trenches from last year, offensively and defensively. And they did that. They brought in a lot of transfers on the offensive line and defensive line, and you're in linebacker as well. And you're seeing it pay off in dividends, honestly. The run defense is a lot better. The pass rush is better. The blocking is better as well. You're obviously bringing in the 5-star left tackle, Jordan Seaton, who's playing out of his mind as a pass blocker right now as well. I've really been impressed by how Colorado has attacked the weaknesses from last year's team. And that's why you see they're a top 25 team now 10 weeks into the season.
Max, I want to ask you about those tackles. I mean, Jordan Seaton, but I swear every time I turn on your guys' show, you're talking about Phillip Houston being up there as one of the highest graded guys. So can you just talk about the impact of those guys and what you've seen from them on the field so far?
Yeah, I think the two of them are kind of different, right? I think Jordan Seaton is an excellent pass protector, and I've been blown away by just how quickly. Now, we all knew coming in how talented he was. Obviously, he's the number one offensive tackle in the country coming out of high school. We all knew he had the talent. But it's a really hard position in the NFL and in college to immediately come in and be incredible. That's why you see so many rookie tackles in the NFL struggle out of the gate, and why starting a true freshman at left tackle is usually not a thing you want to be doing, because it usually takes some time for them to get used to the physicality and speed of the new game. Jordan Seaton has looked great as a pass blocker. There's still some things to work out in the run game, but I'm sure he will be working on that over the next 2 years of his college career, if not more. The other side, Phillip Houston, pass protection has been okay for him. The run blocking has been really good. That's really what I've been impressed by as well. So having him on the right side of the offensive line, whenever they do run the ball, which is not a lot, but whenever they do, they usually run behind him. He's been a really, really good run blocking offensive lineman for them. So Seaton's the excellent pass blocker. Houston's the excellent run blocker. And together, they're a pretty good tackle duo, in my opinion.
Max, what's good, my boy? Scott Procter here, man. Your PFF brother, Dalton Wasserman, recently was talking about the cornerback trio, right? Travis Hunter, DJ McKinney, Preston Hodge said it's as good as it gets in college football. What are you seeing from that, kind of cornerback trio, and how does that kind of impact how really dominant at times his defense has been at points this season?
Yeah, it's so hard to throw on them, honestly. Like, I think you look at those three right there. I mean, Travis Hunter and DJ McKinney have been playing out of their mind this year. Preston Hodge has had moments this year. I think he's played overall really well, but there are moments where he gets a little bit burnt. But otherwise, I mean, all three of them together make up an excellent trio. And Preston Hodge in the slot, having Travis Hunter, who's, in my opinion, the best player overall in college football this year, and then DJ McKinney on the other side as well. Deion Sanders before has called a potential first-round pick in the NFL draft. No, I don't know if I'll go that high, but he is a very, very talented player. It really does make up the best part of the defense, in my opinion. I know the run D's been a lot better and the pass rush's been a lot better, but in my opinion, those three corners right there, that's really the biggest reason why Colorado's defense has found success this year.
Well, and then you bring in Colton Hood, who wasn't even mentioned there, who went in and locked up Tedero McMillan when they played and Travis was injured.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was a matchup that, Travis Hunter against Tedero McMillan is like a dream for any NFL draft fan because both those guys should be top 10 picks in the NFL draft. And then when Travis Hunter goes down, you're like, oh boy, like what is it going to look like now? And they didn't even put DJ McKinney on him. They put Colton Hood on him, and he's been playing out of his mind as well. So, yeah, it's really encouraging to see that when you look at a guy like Travis Hunter, who is going to be gone after this year. I hate to spoil it for those for your Colorado fans. He's going to be in the NFL next year. But once he's gone,
no way.
Colton Hood, who's right behind him, and fill in very admirably for him as well against some of the best in America like Tedero McMillan. So, yeah, it's just I'm really impressed by not only just Colorado have stars on this team right now, they have depth as well, which is something that they didn't really have too much last year. Now they have it this year, and you're seeing it pay off.
Max, the last 2 weeks we've had Isaiah Augusta starting at running back, and he's really been a revelation for this team. What have you guys seen from him and this running game over the last few weeks to really give this offense some balance and just something to keep the chains moving?
Yeah, definitely. I think that, he's a guy that he knows what his job is, right? He knows, hey, this is not an offense designed around me, right? This is an offense designed around Shedeur Sanders, one of the best quarterbacks in America, and that elite passing attack that they have. So he knows exactly what his job is. He knows exactly what his role is. That's to be a complementary player in that offense. And he's doing it really well, in my opinion. No, he's not blowing anyone away. He's not like he's one of the best running backs in America or nothing like that, but he's doing exactly what his job is for one of the most pass-happy teams that we have in college football right now. So I've been impressed by him. And I love those kind of players that maybe they aren't the superstars in college football, but they know what their roles are on a team. He's an excellent role player for that Colorado offense.
Does PFF have a model that can help us try to figure out Big 12 tiebreaker scenarios?
Dude, I've been trying to figure out myself because I'm trying to map out like how, so just kind of peek behind the curtain. Colorado's been the best fan base for us, but a close second has been BYU. So Dalton and I have been like, dude, if we can get Colorado versus BYU in the Big 12 title game, those videos should do really well. So I've been trying to map out exactly how that would work. I don't know. I've been trying to look up the tiebreakers. I can't understand them for the life of me. It's going to be a wild ride at the end of the year. I can't wait to see what happens when Kansas State plays Iowa State at the end of the year. I know you definitely need Kansas State to lose one more time. It almost happened this Saturday against Kansas. Definitely need that to happen. But other than that, I mean, I don't really know what else needs to happen for Colorado to get in there. But it would be electric for sure if Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes are in the Big 12 championship game.
And first and foremost, they obviously have to take care of business. They've got Texas Tech, Utah, Kansas, Oklahoma State. What do you think is the biggest challenge for them out of those teams?
Yeah, that's going to be a really interesting schedule, honestly. I think, Utah, I would have said preseason it would have been the biggest challenge for them, but they just have completely fallen apart after Cam Rising is done for the year. And Isaac Wilson, he's talented. He's a true freshman at quarterback, but again, a lot like I said, Jordan Seaton, the left tackle, putting in a true freshman at quarterback usually doesn't really work out that well. And Isaac Wilson's fortunately taking his lumps as a freshman right there. So I wouldn't say them. Texas Tech's a little dangerous because you got an elite running back in Taj Brooks, but again, Colorado's run D's been a lot better this year. Oklahoma State's kind of fallen apart this year, but you still got to watch out for them because they got Ollie Gordon, who at times is the best running back in college football. He was last year at least. Kansas is an interesting one because Kansas is a team that is having a brutal year. Don't get me wrong. But you still see the talent sometimes. And you saw them almost beat Kansas State this past weekend. There's no doubt they have talent on that roster. They're just not really executing at a very high level right now. That's an interesting one at Kansas, though. I think if ultimately the Utah game will be interesting because I think they're still a really well-coached team. But I think Colorado in those last 4 games, they should be favored in all 4 of them, in my opinion.
Yeah, Max, that's kind of where I was going to go. Like, What percentage would you put on it? Colorado kind of run the table these last 4 games. You talk about the 4 matchups, and I agree. They probably should be on paper favored in each of those matchups. But again, if you had to put an odds on it, what do you think percentage would be that they're able to run the table and finish this regular season 10-2?
Yeah, I would say, because it's interesting, because all 4 of those games could still be interesting, right? It's not like,
Definitely.
they're going to blow that team out of the water. They very well could for a few of them. But I think it's still interesting. So I'll say like 65%, 70%, they'll win all 4 of those games. Like I said, they should win all 4 of those games, but just saying they're going to win all 4 is a different story.
Yeah.
So I'll say like 70% that they win all 4. It's going to be interesting those last 4 games. But yeah, like I said, I think Colorado is definitely the favorite in those last 4.
Max, you've been on record with Travis being the best two-way player of all time, and just this Heisman race. I mean, what does this guy have to do to be like in everyone's eyes the clear Heisman? Because it's clear to us, and we appreciate you standing on it, but it's definitely not like that around the country.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I think what would really help is if Boise State slips up one of these times and Travis just keeps doing what he's doing, man. I mean, honestly, like, it's just like, I think people are starting to recognize, like, okay, this is special. Like, he is an elite corner. He's an elite wide receiver as well. We've never seen anyone do it at this level. We've seen players play 2 ways before. We have never seen anyone do it at this level before. So I think that's key. Ashton Ginty, if he could just stop running for 250 yards every game, like, that'll be huge as well. And then ultimately, man, the one thing I'll say, I'm cool if it goes to Travis Hunter. I'm cool if it goes to Ashton Ginty. I'm not okay if it goes to a quarterback this year. Honestly, I do not think this is the year that we should be giving the Heisman Trophy, which is supposed to be the most outstanding player in college football. We're having good quarterback years, right? Dylan Gabriel's having a good year. Cam Ward's having a good year. I would throw Shedeur Sanders in that mix as well. But we're seeing historic stuff from Travis Hunter and Ashton Ginty. Ashton Ginty's having like a Barry Sanders type of season. Travis Hunter is obviously doing something we've never seen before. Those two are doing historic stuff, and the quarterbacks this year, we don't have a Cam Newton, right? We don't have a Joe Burrow or anything like that. We have good quarterback years, but nothing elite. To me, I think it's between Ashton Ginty and Travis Hunter. I'm cool with whoever you want to pick between those two. I do not understand people who want to give it to a quarterback right now.
Last one for me. When you watch this team, again, outside of Travis and Shedeur, who's your favorite player to watch out there?
Oh, it's not a sexy one. I love watching Jordan Seaton, dude. I really do. I think he's a guy that is just – I've been blown away by how good he is as a pass blocker. And just a kind of teaser for what we're planning on doing after the season's over, Dalton and I do this thing where we do an all-eligible mock draft. Basically, anyone's eligible to be picked, right? 2025 guys, 2026 guys, and even 2027 guys if Jordan Seaton falls in. So if everyone's eligible in college football, kind of like NBA style, what would a mock draft look like? I'll tell you right now, Jordan Seaton will be one of the first offensive tackles, I think, off the board on that mock draft. So I'm really been blown away by him. He's been a guy that I think has been one of the most important players for Colorado, considering how badly they needed offensive line talent, and they got the number 1 guy in the country coming out of high school. Like, Deion didn't bring in a lot of recruits, obviously, right? But he brought in guys that were pivotal for that program. Jordan Seaton's been one of them, and I've just been blown away by how good he's been this year, as a pass blocker especially.
Love it. On Shedeur Sanders, Dalton gave us a comp. Do you have an NFL comp for Shedeur Sanders and a best fit for him?
What did Dalton say? Burrow?
He did.
Okay. Yeah, I see it, man. I do. I'm not gonna say he could be as good as Joe Burrow. I'm not gonna say he can't be, but yeah, I think that kind of comp makes sense. And like comps, I always try to tell people, like, it's about play style. It's not about how good you think they're gonna be. Like, for example, like, I understood the Caleb Williams, Patrick Mahomes comps. Now, did I say he's gonna be a guy who's gonna win 3 Super Bowls by age 27, 28? No, I didn't say that. But play style wise, like, it makes sense when you look at them. Play style wise, it makes sense. You look at Shedeur Sanders and Joe Burrow, 2 guys that, honestly, Joe Burrow and Cincinnati Bengals, he never really had a great offensive line, honestly. And they're still struggling on that front as well. And he's still playing at an elite level. Shedeur Sanders is doing the same exact thing, right? Processing ability. Joe Burrow sees the field as well as almost any quarterback in the NFL, if not better than any quarterback in the NFL. Shedeur Sanders, I'd say his processing ability is second to none in college football right now, honestly. I think he's probably the smartest quarterback that we have in the nation. So, yeah, I think they both have really good arms, but not great arms, like nothing like Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or anything like that. They have good enough arms, but nothing elite. Accuracy, they're both deadly accurate as well. Yeah, I get it, man. I really do get the comps with him, and I think fits in the NFL. I mean, Tennessee right now with Will Levis not looking great, Brian Callahan was Joe Burrow's offensive coordinator in Cincinnati for a long time. He could be looking for his next quote-unquote Joe Burrow, and Shedeur Sanders would make a lot of sense there. Honestly, any team that needs a quarterback in the top 10 in the NFL draft should be circling Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward. I think those are the two that I would take in the top 10. I'm really not feeling great about the other ones when you talk about top 10 for them. But Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward, those are two guys I would slam dunk pick in the top 10 of the NFL draft.
Max, I love the Joe Burrow comp. Our guy Jake is spot on with that. But can I interest you in a potential Jared Goff comparison? That's the kind of comp I have for them. Some of the things that you mentioned, right? The process of throwing anticipation with accuracy. Maybe not the most athletic guy, but obviously athletic enough, particularly talking about Shedeur. What do you make of that? And obviously Goff, former number 1 overall pick, been to a Super Bowl. Obviously, the last couple of seasons leading one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL. Is there any validity to the Shedeur Sanders, Jared Goff comp, you think?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, Jared Goff's a guy. The only reason I really didn't think of that because I try to find different quarterbacks, the quarterbacks in this year's draft, and I already compared Carson Beck to Jared Goff. I see lots of similarities, but yeah, I see lots of similarities as well. I think that's a good call by you. Is that Jared Goff's a guy as well that the one thing I'll say is different between Shedeur Sanders and Jared Goff that actually favors Shedeur Sanders in my opinion. Goff needs an elite supporting cast around him, right?
Fair enough.
Line, and if you don't have a good receiving core, he's going to struggle. We saw that in Los Angeles, and then when he goes to the Detroit Lions, where they have a great offensive line and a good receiving core, he's thriving right now. Sanders doesn't have an elite offensive line. He's got good weapons, but he doesn't have an elite offensive line, and he's still making it happen. So that's kind of why the Burrow one, to me, makes a little more sense because Burrow just makes it happen without an elite offensive line. But I absolutely see the processing ability. You're dead on with that. The accuracy as well. I think the Goff one makes a lot of sense as well, honestly. The only reason I didn't do it is because I kind of like the Carson Beck to Jared Goff a little bit more.
Got you, my dog.
All right, Max, we've taken up 17 minutes of your time here, but we don't want to let you go without giving you an opportunity to plug for the people. So where can the people find you? What do you got going on?
Yeah, so I know there's no reason for Colorado fans to watch this week, but literally in 40 minutes, Dalton and I will be doing our Week 10 preview show going over the biggest games in college football. So find that on the PFF College Football Show on YouTube and anywhere you get podcasts as well. And if you want to follow me on X, it's at CFB Max Chadwick.
Awesome. Thanks, Max. We'll tune in again, man. Appreciate all what you guys are doing over there.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
There he goes. Max Chadwick. Let's debrief. But first, a shout out to our friends.
Ad time? Hey, it's the bye week, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
You know what? I could low-key use right now? A damn Coors Light.
Yeah,
Scotty,
crazy right now, man. That would really quench, a brother thirst right now. That would just really just hit the spot, man. A 10 out of 10, man. Make the most out of the times you choose to chill, y'all. And to do that, just choose Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/DNVR. Celebrate responsibly, of course. Coors Brewing Company in Golden, Colorado. They deliver straight to your door.
They're the
Straight to
best,
your
bro.
door.
Straight to your
You
door.
ain't got to go out and waste gas money, none of that.
Or you can just come here.
Or you can come straight to the DNVR bar and get an ice cold Coors Light, man. That sounds like a vibe, man.
Hell yeah.
That sounds like a complete vibe, man. I could definitely go for a couple of those right now, man. I'm not going to lie.
Give it
Let's
up
go.
for Scotty on
Shout
the
out to
first
Coors
ad
Light,
read.
man.
Dubs
Shout out
in the
to
Good
Coors
job,
Light.
Scotty.
Scotty's
Good
first
job,
ad read.
Scotty.
Y'all see me? Appreciate it.
And then shout out to our friends over at Bet365, the homies, my favorite book out there. They got the 17-point early money line cash on all football games. Or if you take a team on the money line, they get up by 17 points. No matter what happens the rest of the game, congrats. You just won a bet. They are also an official partner of the Nuggets and the Colorado Avalanche. And right now, new customers, you can still get in on the bet and get offer where you deposit $10, place a bet of $5 or more, and then you'll get $200 in bonus bets into your account directly from there. You also get your first 2 months of Altitude Plus courtesy of our friends over at Bet365, so you can watch all the Avs and Nuggets games. Once you have the code, head over to Altitude Plus to make an account and redeem your code to stream. It's a limited time offer, so sign up today. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Love it. Someone in the chat was saying, did he just say Shedeur and the receivers are not elite? I don't think he said that. It's a little bit hard to hear because we had a fan on and music on that just came on in the bar. But I thought he was saying that he doesn't need an elite cast the way that Jared Goff does.
Yes. Also, put some respect on Jared Goff's name. That guy's balling.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't know why people.
It's crazy,
people
bro.
have this perception of Jared Goff like he's not a surefire top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Again, a former number 1 overall pick. But I don't know. We'll see.
Can I? Is there space here for a hot take without derailing us too much?
Go for it, man.
I think Shedeur is going to be better than both Joe Burrow and Jared Goff when he gets to the NFL.
I'm not going to fight you on that.
Yeah.
Right. I just want to be on record.
I don't think that's super hot. I'm not going to lie.
All right. Let's get into it. Who wants to start? What stood out to you about that talk with Max?
The defense. Obviously I loved our guy Max's answer about the cornerback trio in addition to our guy Colton Hood, who's just been elite. That's secondary, right? We know the pass rush has been much improved. We love what we've seen out of the second level of his defense with Nikhil Green and Levante Bentley and some of those other boys. But this secondary just makes it tough for everybody in this conference to throw the football against them, right? And, when you look at it, when you have a defense that currently leads the Big 12 in sacks, when you have a back end that, has guys playing out of their minds, right? With Travis, DJ, Preston, again, was robbed of another interception last week. Colton Hood has an interception in 2 of the last 3 games. This defense is really, to me, the biggest reason why this team as a whole has to be taken seriously as a Big 12, obviously, contender and, even further than that. So, shout out to Robert Livingston. Shout out to Coach Brian for bringing, Robert Livingston and, the recruiting staff as well for identifying talent, making sure that they fit with this group. And that's just a scary proposition. Again, when you have a defense that leads the Big 12 in sacks, you have a defense that's now has the second best red zone percentage in the Big 12. And we were just talking about it before the show started, a defense that's absolutely locked down in the second half of games. This defense is allowing 6.5 points per game in the second half of games this year.
Insane,
in all game but one, the Kansas State game, they've allowed less than 10 points in the second half. That's
elite.
That's how you build a really complete and balanced team right there.
Yeah, great points all around. And, it goes back to something from like the very beginning of the Coach Prime era where he talked about, his skill set is going to be able to build the outside and then build the inside. And they've done both. But you're seeing what having great players outside can do for you. And, it goes all the way back to Cormani McClain when he committed. And we were like, okay, if he is as advertised on the other side of Travis Hunter and you can lock down both sides by just playing man coverage, it just frees up what you can do as a defense so much. Didn't happen with Cormani, unfortunately, but you bring in DJ, you bring in Colton, you bring in Preston, and now you can do all sorts of creative and special things on defense. So it's been really fun to watch.
I mean, I like what he said about the tackles. It's almost kind of traditional, right? You have like a left tackle as a true pass protector, and then you have a right tackle as a road grader. And it seems that that's what Colorado really has right now. And, Pat Shurmur, he's been in the NFL for so long. That's probably what he's used to, is having that type of archetype on the offensive line. So I think that that's something that's also contributed to the balance and just really Pat's success recently in terms of play calling and keeping this offense on schedule.
I didn't see it live, and I'm sure you guys maybe talked about it on the show yesterday, but Seaton pulling on Augustin's touchdown.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man, that's just elite football right there, man. That's exactly what you want to see out of your young, very young and talented left tackle. And yeah, I mean, here in Max as well, talking about Seat, if all players, all classes were eligible for this draft, he would still probably be among the top guys taken, certainly among the top offensive tackles, but probably among the top overall players. Seaton is
He'd probably be a
as
first-round
advertised.
pick if that's how it
I think so.
operated.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
A couple points of validation here. One, I'm pretty sure Jake won't stop until he gets every ball knower in the universe to say that Joe Burrow and Shedeur is a comp.
Yes, sir.
The other point here that was confirmed was something I saw on the postgame show the other night, which I can't believe this came up so quickly after. But I said, I think if Jordan Seaton was draft eligible. He might be a first rounder this year.
Yeah.
It's crazy that came up again here with Max already. So that was fun. Great chat with him. And I just have to say, it's such a feather in the cap of Buff Nation that anytime, people out there aren't haters, they learn the greatness that is Buff Nation and, get to interact with this community and know that, people that love this team and love Coach Prime are going to flock in droves to check out what they're doing and give them their flowers.
Definitely. Shout out Buff Nation. All right. Happy Tiersday?
Yes. Also, by the way, I feel like there's been music on quite a few times. For some reason, everyone's noticing it today.
Yep.
It's also hilarious that we got like some R&B going right now. Like,
Just setting the mood.
Someone's gonna like dim the lights in here. I feel like.
All right, Alyssa, you ready for Tiersday? Okay, so what we're doing today, we are ranking possible bowl locations for Coach Prime and the Buffs. We have 6 Pac-12 bowl tie-ins, and then I've got the 4 CFP quarterfinal games that are the traditional New Year's 6.
Yeah, I mean we're doing some vacation planning here, right?
That's exactly what we're doing. I don't know.
much.
I mean, I'll take into account like ability to make content in these cities, because maybe we'll have a bus.
Yes, maybe. Either way, what's really cool. Sorry, not to interrupt you, but what's really cool about bowl games and covering bowl games, something I have done one time in 10 years, is that it lasts the whole week.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's so much cooler than we go to these cities for these road games. We're in, we're out. We're like, what's the one restaurant we got to go to?
Right.
Like wherever you go to these places, you really get to experience the vibe. Of,
Get me excited, bro.
I know.
I'm not gonna lie. Sheesh.
of what these places are really like.
For sure. All right. You ready, Alyssa? Can we go? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. The first one is the Alamo Bowl.
All right. First and foremost, let go of hell. What are we doing?
I love it.
Why is everyone crying and complaining about the Alamo Bowl, which is objectively a great bowl game? Mm-hmm. Now, I think that we're doing this out of order already. Let's get the obvious ones out of the way.
Which is an obvious one?
Everything that's in the college football playoff is S tier.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Even the Rose Bowl?
Even the Rose Bowl.
Wow.
I would love to spend a week in Pasadena.
For real.
All right.
Elite weather. Just because the stadium is incredibly mid doesn't mean that the bowl game isn't S tier.
Fair enough. So Alamo Bowl, where are we ranking it?
All right, so I guess we're not getting those out of the way.
Well,
Okay.
do you want to?
No, it's fine. Alamo Bowl to me is I'm not going to fall into the pressure of CU fans that hate this bowl game. I'm going to say this is a B tier bowl game. Actually, no. Yes, B tier.
Okay.
I almost put it A tier. Let me tell you, the last time we were at the Alamo Bowl, 2016, the Buffs also made the Alamo Bowl in 2020, but it was COVID, so no one went. In 2016, CU fans all travel to San Antonio, and they have what's known as the River Walk there.
Oh, yeah, right.
Which is like an underground city, because you go like down these stairs, and then you're just in this whole new world. And CU fans took this place over, and it was literally just like a whole city of CU fans underground. Like every night we went to the same bar, tore it down.
Hell yeah.
So it was an absolute blast. So that's why I almost considered putting it A tier, but I'll put it B tier.
I've only been to San Antonio once in my life, so I don't really have strong feelings, but I'll agree with you on B tier.
At one point
Never been myself either.
during the week, I was like, I don't remember when the last time I saw the sun was, because we were just underground the whole time. So I had to go out. I just had to go for a walk.
I'm glad you got your sunlight.
Yeah, I don't know much about San Antonio, and I had it kind of low on my list, but you selling it pretty well right now, RK. I can't lie. And I do remember the Riverwalk too, like when the Spurs were like in the NBA Finals, like damn near every other year. You know, I remember they always used to have like First Take, like whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Do the show from like the Riverwalk,
Yep.
and it looked dope then. But so I can see that for sure.
All right. Let's take our next break, and then we'll finish up this
wow.
list. It's 3:30.
All right, let's do it.
Shout out to our friends. Or do you want...
Go, just do your thing,
All right,
bro.
shout out to our friends over at BetterHelp. There's a lot going on in life right now. Maybe you have the bye week blues, whatever's going on. Maybe you just need someone to talk to. And it's not always easy for us to open up to those close to us. So hit up our friends at BetterHelp, and they can hook you up with a therapist. You can change, no charge. But yeah, we all just need someone to talk to at times, so you can be your own soulmate, whether you're looking for one or not, over at BetterHelp. The link is betterhelp.com/DNVR today. Get 10% off your first month. Again, BetterHelp, HELP.com/DNVR.
The Buffs are on a big upswing right now.
Yes, they are.
So shout out to our friends at the Upswing Foundation. Jake, tell us a little bit about the Upswing Foundation.
The Upswing Foundation is the only youth sports foundation based in Colorado's Mile High Training Grounds. Provides world-class access to world-class programs alongside top athletes for kids of all backgrounds in the Mile High City. What?
Nothing. I'll wait. Just finish that. Finish that.
Okay. They're having an open house on November 3rd at the new Upswing in Centennial. That's where the headquarters is for them. It's open from 1 to 3 p.m. Go meet their performance coordinators and dance coaches. They also have sports performance, where you can focus on speed, agility, strength, and mobility. Dance classes are powered by Spark. Athletes under 18 can sign up for classes at upswingfoundation.org/login or by downloading the Upswing Foundation app. And DNVR listeners can get 20% off all services when you use the promo code DNVR20 at checkout. They also offer scholarships to qualifying athletes under 18 years of age to train in sports, performance, dance, and recovery in their new state-of-the-art athletic facility in Centennial. Shout out Upswing.
All right, people in the comments are saying the Riverwalk isn't underground. It underground maybe isn't the right word for it. It's below street level.
Okay.
And then it's covered in trees. Look at the picture. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
It's and then like the places where you walk are like all through here. So like there's like kind of like tunnels.
Interesting. Hold on, let me see that.
And bridges.
That don't even look like Texas.
It doesn't.
Sheesh. Okay.
I don't know. It's hard to explain, but you absolutely feel like you're underground when you're out there, and especially at night. So, I don't know. I felt like I needed to get above ground and see the sun after about 4 days of life on the Riverwalk.
Oh, man. All right.
I don't know how you can say it's not. You definitely can't say it's not below ground level.
It's sheltered.
You go from the
Covered.
street and then you take a staircase down to get to the Riverwalk.
Dog, they got me dead in the chat.
The chat's cooking you, bro.
Bro, I for real did think I was a Ninja Turtle. They were calling me Raphael instead of Ryan down there.
I'm dead.
Love it. All right, back to the tier list. You said to put all these in S tier. Next one's the Fiesta Bowl. Arizona in December would just be incredible, though. So, yes, S tier because of what it is, location,
100%.
Everything to do with it. Cool stadium, too. Next one is the DirecTV Holiday Bowl. You know where that is, guys?
That's in San Diego.
Yeah.
San Diego at SDSU Stadium.
That's S tier to me.
So
I'm not gonna lie.
Are we ranking this by the quality of the bowl game or the quality of the trip?
I think everything considered.
Yes, that's everything. Our ability to make content, the game, like the trip.
So then this one has to be knocked down at least one peg because it's not a prestigious bowl game.
Fair enough. I mean, it is
If you look at it that way, sure.
It's
not a bad bowl.
S tier location for sure.
Right.
What is it? What stadium is it at? Is it at
SDSU's Snapdragon Stadium?
Oh yeah, the new one. Okay. What does that hold?
Fiesta Bowl goes in S, Alyssa.
Like capacity, you saying?
I don't know. It's a new stadium.
I'm gonna say this is A tier.
I'm looking up capacity right now. It says 35,000.
3,500. 35,000. You know.
Well, it says expandable to 55,000.
Okay.
Oh. I think you actually have to be over a certain amount to host a bowl game.
Fair. Yeah, that makes sense.
By the way, how sick is it going to be when CU absolutely dominates the attendance for a bowl game?
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
Whatever bowl we go to, is going to be absolutely like this one would be like 30,000 Buffs.
Yeah, no, for real.
For sure. All right, Holiday Bowl in A tier.
Okay, I was gonna say you're the tiebreaker because Scott.
No, I agree. Okay. You're right. It's
That's valid.
The location and everything would be fantastic, but it's not a CFP game. So next we have the Independence Bowl. Do you guys want to take any guesses where this game is?
It's in Shreveport.
I shouldn't have told you this before the show. It's in Shreveport.
I knew that too,
Louisiana.
actually, because I've been to the Independence Bowl in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay, so how was
Actually. Enough said.
I don't. It was cool. It was cool. The hard thing about it back then is this was on a streak of when CU was starting to go down. It was on the back end of when CU was going to really big bowl games, and then we ended up at the Independence Bowl, and so it wasn't quite as exciting. So I don't want to judge it as much. I do love Louisiana though, so
I'm not.
C tier for cool?
That's pretty nice of you. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what he said. It was cool.
yeah.
C tier.
I'm with that.
The next bowl is the LA Bowl.
Where's that?
That's at SoFi Stadium,
Oh man, yeah.
where the
that's-
Rams and Chargers play. And I got to say, there's a lot of stadiums I want to go visit and see in like my life. This one is definitely up there. I
100%,
want to check
bro.
this
I
one out.
completely agree. Yeah, I'd be putting that in the S tier again, but I can understand again that it's not a New Year's Six bowl. We
will
drop it
say-
down a tier.
They go to this bowl. Things did not end well because this is a
Oh,
December
snap.
18th bowl against the Mountain West.
Oh wow. Well, yeah, it's okay. Well, it's an important context there.
Yes.
Colorado CSU rematch. Yeah, that would not be good.
Or Colorado Travis Hunter versus Genty.
That
versus
would take
Boise.
both teams having a really bad finish of the
That
season.
would be entertaining, though.
That would be entertaining as
Everyone's saying S tier for LA Bowl.
because it's
God,
LA. That's what
This
I'm
guy
saying.
hates
I-
LA.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, what's to you, bro? You don't like LA, bro. You don't like the Rose Bowl, bro. What's going on?
Crazy.
No one actually likes the Rose Bowl. The stadium, not the bowl game.
Oh, just give it a rest, bro.
Yeah, no. I actually am not an LA hater as much as some other cities, but it's not like a college football place.
Fair enough.
That's true.
Here's what I'll say: like,
That's true.
people are hating on Shreveport, Louisiana. When you go to that bowl game, that's all anyone is thinking about there
Fair
is
enough.
the game. You go to LA, it's just another thing. Did you see that graphic the other day of
Yeah.
all the events that were happening in LA on like
Yeah.
Saturday? So to me, this is B tier. You have an S. What do you say, Jake?
I'd probably say B tier as well then.
Sorry.
I like LA. I don't know. I
Yeah,
think
somebody
it's
said
fun.
too, like, that'd bring the stars out. Like, not that
Yes.
that's everything, but
That
stars would be outside in SoFi Stadium
What's
for the
crazy
Buffs.
though is the last time we were there, they weren't. The UCLA game last year.
Oh, that is true.
Remember, we were like, "Oh my God, who's
Right.
gonna be there?"
Right.
And
Yeah,
it wasn't
one.
anything crazy.
Yeah.
fair enough.
But I think for a bowl game, you're right.
Yeah.
It would get kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I think that going to these stadiums is cool, but this is somewhere in between my Rose Bowl take and this take is where my sweet spot, which is like the new stadiums lack a little bit of soul.
Character.
Sure.
Yeah, not like that.
Sure. Well, this is another new stadium, but this might be the only non-New Year's Six S tier for me. The Las Vegas Bowl.
Yeah, man.
That's a New Year's Six bowl.
No, I said it'd be.
Oh, I thought you said I thought you said this is okay. Never mind.
It'd be
He said he liked it a lot, even though it's not a New Year's Six bowl.
Yes.
I heard you backwards.
This is against a Big Ten squad on December 27th.
Oh, wow. Against a Big Ten squad. I mean, yeah,
So
that's,
probably wouldn't be a playoff team from the Big Ten.
I know Shedeur want to go back to Vegas. I know that much.
Man, that's A tier for me.
Is that where's it at?
Vegas.
Stadium.
Oh, Allegiant.
Yeah.
I'd push this for
Yeah.
S tier, honestly.
I think we're in agreement.
Yep. Also,
tier.
I have no idea what there is to do in Shreveport. I was like 13 or something when we went there.
S tier?
For me, it's A, but you guys, I think, are overruling me.
2-1 S tier.
Absolutely.
Peach Bowl in Atlanta. This would be a CFP quarterfinal game.
That's S.
No doubt.
Atlanta would be
In the A.
popping. Yes.
Could you imagine, man?
Can we create a separate tier above S tier for Rose Bowl here? Just to prove a point. Rose Bowl goes in S tier as well.
The Rose Bowl does.
Yeah, absolutely it does. It's
Yes.
the granddaddy of them
Yes.
all. The best bowl out there. Besides the national championship game.
It's an incredible bowl game.
The All-State Sugar Bowl, going to New Orleans. Super Bowl's in New Orleans. How about a trip a month earlier to go to the Sugar Bowl in the CFP for Coach Prime?
I don't know if I'd make it out of there.
That's another S tier.
It's absolutely S tier.
Last one. Interested to see what you guys think about this. The Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl in El Paso.
What the hell?
What would that be?
That's at the Sun Bowl at UTEP Stadium.
Like the opponent? Do you know?
Oh,
like conference?
I mean, that's got to be the lowest.
It says an ACC school or Notre Dame on New Year's Eve.
Wow. New Year's Eve.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Against Notre Dame would be pretty lit there.
Facts.
It is El Paso though. All due
ACC?
respect.
I'm going to say
If
that's
it was like
C tier.
Miami or like Clemson or something, it'd be dope.
Yeah.
But C tier, you said?
I could go B.
I'm not moved by El Paso.
Yeah, me either.
No, I'm not either.
I think C is fine.
One thing, though. Actually, I'm getting hated on so many times for my takes that why not just rip off another one?
Let's hear it.
I think that New Year's Eve is an incredibly mid holiday. So having something to do, like plans already spoken for New Year's Eve, sounds great. I will say this, though. I have to include this. Allie's family has like all these sick New Year's Eve traditions that have turned the holiday around for me. But like, I think it's an overhyped, like in terms of like going to bars and spending $100 to cover for like a champagne toast.
Okay.
Is whack.
You're doing it wrong then, bro.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I mean, I just figure it out. But New Year's Eve is elite.
What? Tell me one thing that you've done that was sick.
I don't know. I mean, I've lived in so many different places.
I feel you though, because bro, people be doing too much. Like you try to go out and everybody just jump up the price like just for a regular, spot.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I don't know.
I feel
Party
you
with
on
the
that.
homies like on that night, like
Bro's called the New Year overrated. That's hilarious.
it's insane.
I'm just saying, like, I can go get drunk with my friends on December 29th.
Yeah.
Same exact experience, just cheaper.
Man,
I'm kind of with you, bro.
there's no like. I just remember I have these memories of going to a party like. And Johnny Manziel's playing Duke in some bowl game.
Bro.
And Johnny's like jumping into the Duke, like off defensive linemen and stuff. Like,
Bro, that's the greatest low key.
it's elite, man.
New Year's Eve bowl that wasn't like a legitimate like bowl, bro. Johnny
great
went
game.
stupid, bro. That's what's up.
Was it last year or 2 years ago that someone missed a field goal at the buzzer?
Oh, that was Ohio State against Georgia in the CFP
Oh,
semifinal.
yeah.
Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Bro, the ball like literally dropped and we were like celebrating or whatever. And I was watching the game the whole time. And then I looked away for a second, looked back, and I missed what happened. I was like, what the hell?
Yep. What a moment.
I'm dead.
There you go. That's our bowl location tier.
I gotta let off. I might as well just get all of my takes.
what else
Just
you
rattle
got?
them
People
off,
hate
bro.
off my chest today.
Let's hear it.
I think that steak is overrated as an entree. All burgers exist on a scale from like 5 to 7. Like the best burger is a 7. The worst burger is a 5.
That's crazy, bro.
Cut his mic, Alyssa.
That is wild.
This is ridiculous right now.
I'm dead.
Would you have some quick shout outs before our actual shout outs? Shout out to Bernard Sandoval.
Shout out to Bernard Sandoval.
Our
Real
guy
skills.
sent us all some prints. He got some prints for the studios too, so you're going to see some of Bernard's paintings up here eventually. And then you want to talk about the Heisman vote?
Yes. Wow, bad timing for this. No one wants to roll with me right now. But Go on to my Twitter, or you can also go to, what is it? ESPN.com/ actually, that's too much. Just go to my Twitter, find the link. Vote for Travis Hunter. There's a vote going on that actually counts for a vote in the Heisman. So we have a vote. We are Heisman voters. We all are Heisman voters.
Congrats, guys. We made it.
Congrats. We are maybe 1/1,000,000th of a Heisman vote, but we still have a say. So go over there right now. Actually stop what you're doing and go vote for Travis Hunter. What's crazy, though, is yesterday when I tweeted this at 5:29 p.m.
Okay.
Because I was like, this is unacceptable.
Yeah, Travis was down 5%, right?
Travis had 38% of the vote. Ashton Genty had 41% of the vote. I was like, Buff Nation, what the hell is going on? We are not losing a contest of who has the most fans. Now, Travis Hunter, 58%. Ashton Genty, 30%.
Flex your
We got a
muscles.
38%, right? 28%. 28% lead. If that ain't motion, I don't know what is.
Real motion.
Flex your muscles, Buff Nation. Let them know. All right, let's take our actual break now. And shout out some friends. My first friends out here in Colorado.
Let's go.
The homies over at Westera Credit Union. You guys already know what it is. They're a credit union, not a bank, meaning they're going to actually look out for you and your money. And they've been doing it for 90 years, since 1934 here in Colorado with 9 locations in Denver. And they got a smart money checking account. It's awesome for those who want to make small balances, earn big returns. You can also earn up to 6% annual percentage yield on your first $2,000 each month. If you like earning money by doing the things you're already doing with your checking account, visit westeracu.com/smartmoney for more details. Membership eligibility required, insured by NCUA. Restrictions and conditions apply. Are you getting cooked still?
Oh yeah, it's really funny. Also, shout out to Toyota, who probably doesn't want to be associated with me today, but I love my Toyota. And you should too. You should get yourself a Toyota and experience the greatness that they bring to the roads. Smooth ride, reliable ride, incredible features in your car. You just can't beat it. And, it seems like almost a daily occurrence now. Someone is telling me a story about their Toyota and how it's got 225,000 miles on it or whatever, still kicking. So can't say enough great things about Toyota. If you are in the area and you want to get a Toyota for yourself, visit your Far Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corrin Toyota and Boulder, Groove Toyota and Littleton, Mountain States Toyota and Denver, Stevens Toyota, Eastern Aurora, and Stevens Toyota, West and Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR.
Oh, chat is killing me.
I love y'all, chat.
What's your worst Thanksgiving food take? Shout out Reef. I want to know this.
My Thanksgiving food hot take is that turkey is the worst part of the meal.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Okay.
That's valid.
Well, then that's all I got.
It's valid. Very much valid.
All right, we'll let you rest. We'll get to chat here shortly. One last thing I want to talk about, though. The ESPN NFL Draft crew.
Wait, really quick.
Yeah?
I did have a burger in Chicago that broke the scale. Au cheval.
Your scale
It was
broken,
Chicago,
bro.
of course.
Have you had that?
No, I haven't actually, no.
Oh my God. Broke the scale.
Yeah, bro.
Your scale is broken.
Look, man.
Burgers can really get like that, bro. I can't believe you really tried to say
Mid
the
at best.
ceiling is 7.
Mid
That's
at best.
nuts, dog.
Crazy. The ESPN NFL Draft crew projected their favorite and sneaky fits for multiple draft prospects this year. For Shedeur, Mel Kiper, perfect fit, the Las Vegas Raiders.
How is that a perfect fit?
I think that's the most likely fit. I don't think that's the perfect fit at this point.
That's what he said. His sneaky fit.
I would like to ask Mel Kiper to name a receiver on their roster.
His sneaky fit
Got a
is
good tight end, though.
They do.
the Cleveland Browns.
Bro, I don't know why people hate on the Cleveland Browns in terms of a fit for Shedeur. Like, obviously, it's ugly now, but, like, Kevin Stefanski, to me, is one of the best offensive mind / play
They're
callers
just
in
going
the
to be
NFL.
so hamstrung by that Watson contract.
Fair enough. But that don't... And we just saw what this offense looked like on Sunday with Jameis Winston running things.
That's
a
fair.
big win over the Baltimore Ravens. So, I mean, it can get like that with Stefanski. I don't think people should be ruling that out. Obviously, yeah, the Deshaun thing is ugly, but I think he's out of the way with that injury. I mean, obviously not money-wise, but I don't think it's the worst spot.
I'm anti-Cleveland because it's a quarterback graveyard.
Yep.
And even, great, like Baker Mayfield's a perfect example of like a good NFL quarterback who went there and wasn't able to succeed and, went elsewhere and was able to find success. So whatever it is, like I think Shedeur is actually someone who could break a curse like that.
That's where I'm
But I'm
kinda
not trying to
with
mess with fate.
I feel that.
We'll talk about this week in our roundtable, but Kuiper also had the write-up for Travis Hunter. He said perfect fit was the New England Patriots.
Again, name a receiver on their roster.
Well, that's why he said perfect fit for Travis Hunter.
Oh, Travis Hunter. Sorry, I thought that was
yes.
Okay, me too. That's why I was looking.
No,
I'm
no.
like,
Yeah, and then they
Drake
also
May
had
looked
Drake
decent.
May.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I don't get that.
No, that makes sense.
Because Drake May I like him as a prospect, as a player. I think I like that spot.
Sneaky fit for Travis Hunter, the New Orleans Saints.
Keep him in black and gold.
Yeah.
That's about all
They'd
they
love
have going
him.
I
for
would
them.
just like to see Travis go to a place that has a quarterback.
Yes, I agree.
That I like, and I don't think that is the case for New Orleans.
Who's a team with a good quarterback that's just like that's just floundering this year?
Jacksonville.
Oh, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. There's a couple of them from what I remember. I'm pulling up Tankathon right now.
And also, too, like, back to the Shedeur fit, Ben Johnson is going to be a head coach of somebody's team next year. And I would like Shedeur Sanders to be his quarterback, wherever that ends up being. I like that a lot.
I'm a big fan, too, of the, like, if you're going to bring in a rookie quarterback because your team was so bad last year, like, start with a new coach.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's been up and down for your Bears, but like I don't like the like Eberflus.
I was just about to bring that up,
Like
bro. I hated that.
Why are you? I don't know.
If you're going to restart the clock with a quarterback, bro, pair him with a coach he can grow with. Like, that made no sense to me.
And like, let's just
I agree.
say, what's the name of the offensive coordinator?
Shane Waldron.
So let's just say Shane Waldron was incredible with Caleb Williams this year. Had him putting up 35 points a game. Guess what? He's gone next year.
Right.
Facts, bro.
You got to start over.
Facts.
Miami's floundering. We've talked about them.
That's a little dolphin pun there.
Yeah. The Jets also technically do have a quarterback right now, but
I had the Jets. That's what I wrote on my round table last week.
Yeah.
I think the best fit because Rodgers is cooked, bro. It's over with.
Yeah.
So they may
It's
as well
done.
move forward with because they got that's a team that you can name a receiver to. I mean,
Yes.
he would be
Oh,
surrounded
for
by
sure.
talent up front too. I mean, they spent the first round pick on an offensive tackle. I think 2 of the last 3 years. You got Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams now, Breece Hall. A really good defense. I think that's a solid fit.
Yep. All right, let's get to the Toyota chat. What's up, Artemis? He asks, who is the fastest CU cornerback? Probably Colton Hood.
That was going to be my immediate answer, yeah.
Does Travis count?
Sure. I still think Colton might be faster than him.
I think Colton, this would be my answer.
I think he might be, but I think Travis is like real life 99 acceleration.
He's got that like Jerry Rice like game speed attribute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where he like turns it up in a game.
Dude, like when he did that pivot on the sidelines
Yep.
and turned it up, I was like, oh my god, he might be gone. And then I like looked and they had a couple angles, but when he goes from 0 to 100 incredibly fast.
Definitely.
What's up, Heaven's Demon? Do we know how Juju and Carde are feeling after the visit on Saturday? Everything looks pretty good right now.
Yeah,
We wait.
lots of Instagram chatter,
Yep.
which I can't bring myself to dabble in, but it is out there.
What's up, Jay? Heard any rumors that Signetti is a gang leader? Just asking because he had 39 transfers, but I've only heard crickets. He sat next to Lee Corso, the anti-prime, who only praised him. The hypocrisy. Let him know, Jay.
Is Lee Corso anti-prime?
He's picked against the Buffs very, very often this year.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know about
Haven't
the
noticed
Arizona
that.
game, but everyone picked the Buffs against Kansas State. Everyone picked the Buffs against Cincinnati.
Well, earlier in the season for sure.
I honestly just don't know.
Dave the Boss says, hope Shane Cokes is okay, though.
He did limp off at one point during the game.
Oh, I do remember seeing that. Haven't heard anything. Ben asks, favorite go-to burger. Oh, man.
Chicken.
Bro.
Low key, if we
Lord.
talking fast food, low key, a good burger, you can get a good burger at Culver's. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are y'all
Culver's
familiar
is
with
fire.
Oh yeah, they
Oh,
got
yeah.
that here.
to Wisconsin thing? Yeah, I was surprised that it was out here. Yeah.
It's on
I
the
didn't
way
realize that.
to Boulder.
Yeah. I went once a couple weeks ago for the first time out here.
I mean, like generic fast food Whataburger's the best.
I never had it.
You can have any burger in the world.
Any burger in the world.
Yep.
I'm going to Al Cafe in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and getting a green chili cheeseburger.
Smothered or is it?
Smothered.
Oh.
But we don't do that down there.
Right,
Bro.
you guys
Green
just
chili on a
dice up your
burger
green
sounds kind of
chilies.
crazy. I can't lie.
Oh, Scott,
Oh, that's
you haven't
the
lived,
that's
bro.
the way.
I'm not too familiar
Colorado,
with that. I'm not gonna lie.
Colorado style burger, cream cheese and green chilies.
What you mean by cream cheese?
I mean what I mean.
I don't know about that.
It's nice.
That's crazy.
What about
Culver's
you?
is
Any
fire.
burger in the world?
Yeah, you gotta have a Chicago one, right?
Yeah, I don't really have like a burger spot. Like
It's because they're all sevens.
I rock with burger. Like if a place has good food,
need an answer, bro.
and
You
they
can't
got
read into
burger-
this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
It's
have
like,
an answer
yeah, I
for
could
real.
go here, I could go there.
I really
it's gonna
could
be the
though,
same.
and it's gonna be like
That's
if
the point.
If the restaurant has good food and they
No.
got a burger, it's probably gonna be decent.
Yep,
No.
it is going to be decent. Somewhere between a 5 and a 7.
Oh my god. Kimmy with the super chat. Iowa running back is one monster game away from catching Genty. Yeah, go look at the rushing totals.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
It's probably time to have this conversation. But what Caleb Johnson is doing is more impressive than what Ashton Genty is doing.
Speak on it.
How
Straight
so?
up. Because he's doing it in the Big Ten. He's only 200 yards behind him.
Yeah.
Over the course of what? We're at 8 games now?
Yeah, and Johnson's got 13
7,
less
8,
carries.
9, yeah.
Exactly. So slightly less carries, around 200 fewer yards, and he has to do it against grown-ass men every single week. I know Genty had a great game against Oregon. He deserves credit for that, but there's a difference when you have to do it every single week. It's honestly what people talk about so much in the NFL. It's like the competition level of like all of a sudden every player that's out there was the best player on their team in college, or one of. And so the fact that Caleb Johnson isn't even in the conversation and yet Ashton Genty is kind of like a sexy pick makes zero sense. It's all because of like early season narratives that get written and people get really excited. And again, I'm not trying to take anything away from Ashton Genty because what he's doing is special.
You're right.
But you're telling me that if he and Caleb Johnson switched places, what would the stats be? Would they be the same? Would Caleb Johnson be doing even more?
Mm-hmm.
Would Ashton Genty be doing even less than Caleb Johnson? I don't know.
I'm here for it.
By the way, anyone that you can say like, yeah, but this guy is doing what Travis Hunter's doing in this conference.
right.
There's no comp.
Nope. Never been done. Kimmy with another super chat says Seattle Geno Smith is good comp for Shedeur. Geno Smith's kind of throwing some darts lately too, by the way.
I don't think it's a good comp, but Geno Smith was crazy in college.
Yes, he was.
He had I think he had multiple 500-yard games in one
yeah.
season.
No, that team was
That West
legit.
Virginia squad was crazy.
Yeah.
All right, next. Heaven's Demon says, we know if the Peach Bowl is interested in having CU in their bowl again? Didn't they visit Coach Prime last season? I'm sure they would, but it's out of the Peach Bowl's control because they are in the CFP quarterfinals, so they just kind of get assigned a matchup.
I've never understood this whole bowl representatives thing. Remember when they kind of uncovered that bowl games are a scam and these bowl game executives are making crazy high 7-figure salaries and they're like, what do they even do?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me when I see bowl representatives at a game.
Bro, I was just gonna bring that up too. I don't know what they do, what their purpose is, because I've noticed that too. Like they'll have their credentials, and I remember a Hula Bowl representative at I think the Colorado State game, and I'm like, what
We had
are they here
Fiesta
just to
Bowl
watch?
last year.
Yeah. Fiesta, Peach Bowl.
Yeah.
I think this is just a part of the racket.
Part of the conspiracy theory.
Last one from Girls Club today. Selfishly, I want CU to go to the Peach Bowl so I can go, and y'all can take Jaquan to Magic City.
Oh God.
Oh Lord, we'll see.
Well, I don't think you can vlog that.
Yeah, probably not. At least not on YouTube.
Hey, wait, hold on.
What's up?
Is she referencing you?
Yes,
Jaquan?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I'll probably never ever call you Jake ever again, bro. After that, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, shout out the girls club, man. I needed that one. I love that. New nickname unlocked. I love that.
Oh man,
That's
Fun show.
I think that came up last February.
It's been a minute. Yeah.
Love that.
Fun show today. We'll be back tomorrow. We have some stuff in the works. We'll see what comes to fruition this week.
Let's go.
See you tomorrow. Let's go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.